Hi, welcome to Turn-Based Besties, a podcast where two grown adults with no free time talk about their favorite RPGs. I'm DJ.
And I'm Sam, and we're besties that love to game.
And today, we will be discussing what we truly love about RPGs. The aspects of these games that make us most excited, or as Sam says, that hit our RPG spots.
I did not say that.
You did say that.
I typed that.
I saw it written on our script, so I had to say it.
That was supposed to be a little inside joke between the two of us, but now it is out there in the ether for everybody.
Everybody knows about our RPG spots now. Uh-oh.
Oh, goody. But yeah, so this is an exciting one. It's all going to be, positive vibes and raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, because additionally, next time, it will be our least favorite things.
It's true. So these are literally a few of our favorite things.
Uh-huh, exactly. Mm-hmm. That song used to frighten me growing up.
Wait, really? Why?
Because it's kind of an eerie kind of haunting melody, right?
Oh, it kind of is. Oh my gosh, have you seen...
Like, it freaked me out.
There's this... I think I sent it to you on Instagram. There's this comedian who she dresses up like Batboy and calls herself Savelka, and she pretends to be the 8th Von Trapp child but she's like raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, what I feel like when I eat the live pigeon. It's so funny.
So it's weird and yeah.
It's so stupid and so funny. So all those Savelka fans out there, yeah, this is your podcast.
I want to see it. Send it to me. Send it my way.
I will. Maybe we'll post it on our Instagram.
Very good. Well, what's been up in your life? I feel like it's been a bit since we have chatted. So what's been going on?
I know we front-loaded recording stuff in March, and now I just feel like I haven't seen you in forever. People who listen to us regularly, that they won't notice that, but I feel like I've not seen you in forever. I have been in Idaho. I was in Idaho for most of March, except for when I popped back home for that one day to record with you. You're welcome. Yeah,
that's right.
I know. I just did it just for you. Definitely not to see my husband and my dog. Yeah, I was in Boise, Idaho for most of March, singing with Opera Idaho, the opera Thais, which I believe this is the third time that Thais has been performed in the United States in the past 30 plus years. It's just not one of those works that gets done.
But that's exciting. That's cool.
It was really exciting. It was the first time I've been in a cast where everyone was doing a role debut. None of us had done any of these roles before in the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, so everyone was mostly on the same playing field for the most part. It was an awesome cast, awesome company. Hope to go back. If you're listening, Opera Idaho, hire me again. If you're not listening, I don't know. Start listening. I don't know.
Get those potatoes out of your ears and start listening. Oh no, did I just offend an entire state?
Damn it, Sam. Now I'm not going to get hired back because you just called them spud heads, basically.
That's probably a term somewhere.
I think so. But yeah, I've just been singing some opera. I have a Duraflay Requiem tomorrow evening out on Bainbridge Island. Did we go to Bainbridge when you visited ever? Yeah. So I have to take the ferry Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a performance each day.
Oh my gosh. It was kind of fun, but if you were running late, it might not be nice.
Well, you know me. You've traveled with me, so I get to the airport 2.5 hours early. I will get to the ferry. I will take I took the 4:45 ferry yesterday for a 7 p.m. rehearsal.
No, you did that to us when we were at Bainbridge. You were like, guys, we're going to be so late. We have to get there so early. And then we drove right on and it was totally fine.
It was so nice. It was so nice.
So maybe we just got lucky.
We just got lucky. That was when we went to Vashon.
Oh, different ferry. My bad. Different ferry.
Oh, no.
But we've still been to Bainbridge.
Yeah. Usually Vashon's the one that's terrible. It's the ferry that's really scary. I've gotten there at 1:00 and I have not gotten on until the 3:30 before.
Eesh.
Yeah, super eesh. So, yeah, it'll be super fun. But that's what I've been up to. A lot of singing, man. What about you?
Oh, normal kiddo stuff in life. And I guess since last time we talked, we went with the kiddos to a few different trips. Oh, I think I regaled you with our horrible trips back. We had to end up driving 8-10 hours with the kids because of plane flight issues. But anyway, on a lighter note, though, Kay, the almost 2-year-old, she's almost two,
Oh,
has been has decided to just start saying Mr. Man all the time.
Mr. Man.
Like Mr. Man.
Yeah, no, I
But
got it. Yeah.
but you ask Kay for something, and she might say, "No way, Mr. Man," and it's very cute. You can't get mad at her when she throws a Mr. Man your way.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then Jay, though, not to be outdone, Jay is one of those kids that say the darndest things, kind of kiddos. But somebody, one of the, I think N said. Said like stupid or called somebody stupid or something like that. And so Taylor, my wife, like took a step back, said, we don't say things like that about people. We don't. And oh no, it was about somebody's physical appearance.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and she's like, we don't talk about somebody's physical appearance on the outside. We want to say nice things about them, and we want to talk about them on the inside. We want to talk about how strong they are, or smart they are, or hardworking they are.
Yeah.
And then Jay just chimes in, oh yeah, and their bones.
Yeah. They have bones.
On the inside.
Well, yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
So you're supposed to compliment their stuff on the inside, so you should compliment their bones.
Did Taylor just lose it when?
Well, he was being sincere, so you have to just kind of nod along and be like, yeah. And you compliment their bones, buddy. You tell them you got some strong bones.
Those are some nice, but that's what I say about you. Whenever someone's like, "What's the biggest compliment you can give Sam?" I can be like, "He's got some nice bones."
But then you have to explain the nuances. You don't call somebody big boned. That was a euphemism back in the day. Anyway, so kiddos are fun. Kiddos are interesting, and they say some darn things. But
they say
what else is interesting, DJ? What do you think is the most interesting, you might say, and the most fun?
Well, I think
your favorite
the most
RPGs.
So many favorite things I have about RPGs, and that is what this episode is all about. Usually, you're such a negative Nancy that
I know.
But don't worry, everybody. If you want complainy Sam, you're gonna get that in the next episode.
Tune into our 4-hour special on
when we talk about the things that bug us about RPGs. But we have a ton of favorite RPG aspects. Some of these may not even just be RPG specific. It's just like video game specific too. We'll see when we go down the list. But let's get started, my friend. I know you threw it to me, but I'm gonna throw it right back to you. You tell me what's one of your favorite things?
I'll take it right back. I'll catch it. I'll run with it.
Yeah.
If people have listened to the podcast, they've heard me mention that I like these before. Job classes.
Yeah.
Love them. Love my characters to have job classes. Love to be able to mix and match job classes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can even have multiple, and so each person can have like 2 and a side job. It's great. It makes the characters more unique. Mm-hmm. You also kind of know what to expect. It's kind of nice to be like, okay, great. This is the cleric. or white mage. They can heal.
Yeah.
This is the black mage. They can shoot some pew pew magic spells. This is the thief or the rogue, and they're fast and sneaky. This is the blue mage. You get to gain abilities when you. So some of those tropes kind of being continued are nice for continuity. Again, I mentioned you can mix and match abilities, which then allows you to have these really fun builds, and your character can do so many more things. And then sometimes I kind of like the looks and the outfits, and there's even certain games that you apply a different job class, and then it will make them look different, which is super cool.
Do you have a favorite, speaking of our favorite things, do you have a favorite class right now? Like, our favorites can obviously change over time. Like right now, water gun to head, like what is your favorite job class in any RPG?
Ooh, that's a good question. Sometimes I like the speedster ones at times. If I'm doing like physical and fighting, I might like a Valkyrie or a thief type one.
Yeah.
But then a lot of times the mages, the black mage or the blue, if a blue mage is cool because then like you have a whole side quest. I got to go out and I got to get all these abilities, and that kind of collectathon that also makes your character more powerful.
Yeah.
Love that.
You would love the blue mage. Or who takes on the blue mage role, at least in Final Fantasy IX. I think we pronounce it Kina, I think, and they just look like a big blob of a chef, and they absorb other people's powers by eating them.
Ooh, like Kirby.
Kind of like Kirby. They do kind of look. They look Kirby-esque, I guess. Kirby.
It's a Kirby shout out. Remember how big Kirby was pretty big in Japan. I wonder if that's a Kirby shout out.
It might be a Kirby shout out, you know. So we should take a look at Kina in Final Fantasy IX. That might be your blue mage person to go to.
Love it. Cool. Well, what about you? What's your first on the list of favorite JRPG or RPG aspects?
Well, you know, just how people know that you like a good job class, I like a large party or multiple characters in your party. So I love an
so
active.
you.
It's so me, right? I love an active party of at least 4 if possible. Like I'm not pissed off if there's 3. I am pissed off if there's less than 3. That's stupid.
You're a little pissed off.
I'm like a little irritated by it, but love a party of 4. Love a party of 5. Shout out Nev Campbell. You know, love having the option to choose between a ton of different active party members, each that feel like their own, I don't know, like distinct character or like contributor to the party. This also means I'm gonna like segue. I'm gonna pull a you and say I'm segueing right now. So that's how lame I am. You know, I think this also means that I like a shared experience, or rather, the experience is shared evenly or fairly evenly amongst all party members. So that even means a party member who has not engaged in battle. I like it when they gain at least some experience. Maybe not the same amount, but you know, it's so old school, and I understand because it was just mechanics at the time, but I was always like, oh man, great. I've been using these 4 people and now they're all level 60, and these 3 people I haven't used, they're still level 15. Ugh.
Yeah, and you're never going to use them.
I'll never use them.
It's already hard enough to get a new character or to decide you want to change it up and just kind of do that, to learn the new mechanics, to plug them in and equip all the gear, whatever you have to do. But if you also have to then grind, yeah, that barrier to entry is too large. So I totally agree.
You'll hear more about that in the next episode.
But I am not saying bad things. I'm saying I love the positives of shared experience.
Love a shared experience. What about you, Sam? What else do you like about an RPG?
Gimme that loot.
Give me that loot.
I love just looting things, finding things, chests in dungeons, random items when you're out running around. Just spam hitting A or X or whatever the button is while you're running around to pick up everything. Getting a bunch of items in addition to experience and money when you fight somebody. That's, you know, and then you get to, you know, collect. And then you get to go into your inventory every once in a while.
Yeah.
And be like, what the hell did I actually just pick up? Because you don't really keep track of it. It's just kind of fun to amass stuff. And then later on, you can take literal inventory and look at what you have. Nice. Maybe you get to craft some stuff. Maybe you get to plug in new items and you know, a sweet new sword or a sweet new shield and put it on your, you know, new gear that you found. It's fun. Come on, that scratches an itch. That's very cathartic.
I have a question about looting, or like, you know, building an inventory. Are you like me and like so many millennial gamers? I don't know why this is a millennial gamer like trope, but do you collect like healing items or buffing items and save them and then end up never using them, and just you'd hoard them? I just hoard items and I rarely use them. Yeah, I use them for the final boss maybe.
Yes. I hoard all the time, and hoarding is probably not a good trait. But I hoard them for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Mostly it's what you said. Mostly it's afraid of losing it. It's fear of missing out on that item and it just being gone forever.
I know.
And maybe you would need it in that next battle against
You
the
never
slime.
know. You never know.
You don't know. That I feel that deeply. But also another thing is sometimes it's hard to find a turn that you don't want to use you want to use an item instead of your action. You know what I mean?
True.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
So that can be hard. That can be difficult. But something that's not difficult is exploiting weaknesses. That's my next one. I'm going to do a quick little segue, you might say, into this next one. Mm-hmm. But exploiting elemental weaknesses. This is something I love in RPGs. And it sounds basic, sounds simple. They all have that, or a lot of them have that. But it is a good feeling. It is an aspect that is basic that I love about RPGs, and I love how they iterate on it.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to get increased damage if you choose something right. It'll be stupid. It'll be okay. I'm gonna use this fire against a plant, or I'm gonna use this electricity against a water-ish monster.
Right.
And it's like basic Pokemon type stuff, but it feels good to be like, oh yeah, I picked right. I got you, and then do mega damage against that stupid monster.
It like makes you feel smart.
It makes you feel smart, even if it's obvious. It still makes you feel smart, and those same basic weaknesses and strengths are carried over so nicely between RPGs that just playing them a lot, you get used to that. And like I said, sometimes games iterate on it. So things like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei having kind of the press turn system where you get an extra turn if you hit the right weakness is a fun gameplay aspect to it. It also makes you want to mix and match your party more. Certain games might have party members or characters that carry the ability to use different elements, and so you want to be well rounded so you could exploit the weaknesses of a bunch of different enemies, so you have to build your party accordingly.
That's true.
And then also some games that allow this, at least you're emphasizing keeping magic around for certain reasons. There's a lot of games that have kind of physical attacks and magical attacks, and it might be weighted, I think, more often towards the physical being stronger. This is kind of just very generalized, but it's nice to have that ability to use an elemental weakness and get some extra damage and have some extra utility there.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like an elemental weakness, but the thing that I like next is it's kind of like a broader version. Like, you like exploiting an elemental weakness in battle.
Uh-huh.
I don't hate the grind sometimes.
I was shocked that you put this down.
I know.
A little bit.
I don't hate grinding sometimes. Sometimes it's exactly what I need. Like, just mindlessly grind.
Okay, I agree. It has to be a good battle system.
For sure.
It has to be snappy. Getting into battles is snappy, and
Yeah.
using your abilities is snappy, and you can kind of get into that flow state.
Yeah.
And you feel good about your setup. You feel good about everything. Like, that is fun grind.
I think
agree.
it's like a flow. I think it is like a flow state. I was I was replaying Demon School, like, just like, because I was in Idaho and I forgot to bring anything but my Switch, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that is a game that, I mean, there's no grinding in that game, but that is one that I was like, every battle I was like, okay, this is great, cool. I can like do what I always do. This is fun. I'm not stressing right now. Cool, fun.
That is true. Yeah, exactly. It's a stress reliever. It's just use what you know is going to work, wipe out the enemies, and keep moving on.
And it's kind of fun. Sometimes, if possible, this kind of goes back to like sharing experience. Like, if it's possible, I like for all my party members to be the same level if they can, or like as close as you can get, because sometimes different party members level at different rates. I get that. So sometimes I might spend like an extra 30 minutes grinding just to get that next person to 50, or like if everyone's at an even number except for one person, I'll just be like, well, I want to get that other person to an even number really quickly, just so it's all even for 10 minutes on my screen.
And then somebody else jumps to an odd number. And
exactly.
You have to keep
and
going.
Also, I just I want all these people to feel like they've contributed to the adventure, obviously. Or I'll feel sad. Or I'll feel sad for the character.
I mean, they only exist in your fake digital world, so you need to make it up to them.
I need to make them feel good. This next one of yours, like, I was waiting for it. Like, I knew that you were going. As much as you were surprised by I picked grinding, I was expecting this next one from you.
It's pretty predictable.
Yeah.
If not more, I don't know if it's more predictable than job classes, but my next one is a good map.
She loves a good map.
She loves a good map. Just spread it out across the whole table. No, but I want a good map of where I'm going. I need easy access to that map. If you can add a mini map, extra bonus points. But, one button click and you're at the map screen. You know where you are. You know the quest markers. You know kind of the landmarks where you need to go. That's nice for quality of life. But also, I like seeing the map because it gives a grandness. It gives a scope to the region, to the world. Like this is an area, this is a place, that you're exploring. So it makes it feel more real.
Yeah.
You might see the different biomes and the more sandy beaches or deserts, and then maybe a more lush area on the map and a mountainous zone, and then you can remember the quests you did when you were in one place and you were in another place, and so it kind of helps you keep straight where you've been, where
Yeah.
you're going, what's next, and all. Yeah, and you don't get lost. I love it.
I love it. My next one is kind of exactly what you just said. You said like quest markers, and I like a quest log.
Ah,
If they can have it again, I get old games just didn't have either the time or literally the space sometimes
sure.
to
Yeah.
add a quest log. So I understand, but it's really nice that I don't have to like take physical notes anymore. And
I
you
I
know,
don't think I'd have the patience for that.
well,
I'm a product of the modern times.
I'm a vintage gamer, and sometimes you had to take a note and then check it off and be like, I did complete that quest, or uh-oh, there's a bug and now I'll never be able to complete that quest, which also happened. So yeah, I like a quest log. I also like, and this may have surprised you, I do like fast travel when it's appropriate. I don't mind a backtrack again because I am more of a retro gamer, but retro games do have fast travel, and especially retro games that have been remastered or remade. And I like it when it starts out where you don't have fast travel and then it makes you earn it through like a storyline progression. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that makes sense. Or at least at the very minimum, and most everyone does this, that you have to have explored and done or unlocked something in a region to allow fast travel.
Oh, sure. Like in one example that comes to mind of like storyline or item making sense to like have fast travel is in Lunar when you get the white dragon wings, and it's like great, any city you visited you can fast travel to, and that makes sense because like you're already playing a game about magic. Like why is it far-fetched to believe that you could magically transport somewhere?
Agreed. Yeah.
Right?
And now you're making me remember that I wasn't paying attention to the story, and you like this is spoiler for Lunar, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And you lose those at one point, or they get taken away.
You
And
do.
so I
Yeah.
was, and I had not been paying attention to the story part that happened. And I remember messaging you and be like, "Why the hell did I lose the ability to fast travel?"
It's like that's like in the Thief City. I'm pretty sure when you like the entire crux of that storyline is your white dragon wings were stolen, and you're like, I don't understand why I can't fast travel anymore. And I'm like, read the fucking text,
I was
Sam.
like, stupid retro game.
Yeah, stupid retro game with your storytelling mechanics.
With your thing you exactly told me in the words of the game that I didn't pay attention to, but that might have been on me. Might have been on me. Okay.
It was,
I'll
but
take
yeah.
the L. I'll take the L.
Okay, that's okay. Well, give us a win. Like, what's another one of your favorite things in a game?
This could be a surprising one for you, or for me, for you about me.
It
There you
is.
go. Religions or kind of a mythos in a game. I like. So really, this is more world building adjacent, though.
Okay.
So it shows more about the world and the culture, and they thought about this a lot. They thought about kind of who are these people, what makes them tick as a society, what's going on there. So if there is kind of like an intertwining religion or mythos, I think that's pretty cool. Also makes it
I
like, oh, go ahead.
no. Sorry to interrupt you. This is
I'm pretty
why
mad.
I know I can tell. This is why I think you will love Dragon Age Origins one day because the world building is the first of all it's based on religion. Like one of like the crux is magic versus religion. And there are so many things to read. Like you could spend 50 hours just reading documents. Don't. I don't think that's fun. But you might, and you're a nerd, so you might.
Maybe, if it grabbed me,
It'll grab you right by the bones.
love it. And yeah, having a religion or a mythos, like you were saying, it would feel higher stakes sometimes, right? If there's like these world-defining things going on, or life and death and afterlife, it just feels higher stakes, and it makes more sense too if you have a religion kind of involved in the world when you inevitably fight God at the end of the RPG you're playing,
Well, of course, you will fight God or a god.
or a God. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and then also we'll just jump to my next one,
Yeah.
which might also be a little bit less predictable for me, but a character creator. And similar aspects of that. I don't have the patience to really spend a whole lot of time crafting my own character, but I like having it there. And I like being able to put a couple little wrinkles or things that make it specifically my character.
Yeah.
And then I love it to see that character like in the cutscenes, like, with your whatever you made them. That's nice. You're there. You've
Yeah.
transported your character there. Sometimes it's goofy. This happens with armor sets and stuff too, right? Or gear. Sometimes you put it on your characters and then they appear in all the cutscenes. I've probably told you this before, but in Xenoblade Chronicles X, I at one point one of your headgear sets is like literally a snorkel and and like goggles, and for whatever reason it was a higher level set or one that I wanted to just keep, and so one of my main characters in every cutscene has a snorkel that they're wearing, and you're walking around, an alien world, and these are, planet destroying events happening, and she is wearing a snorkel on her head.
I don't think you told me that, but I remember seeing a photo that you like took of all four of your party members wearing snorkels, and I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that makes it goofy. Most of the time it kind of adds to immersion. That one might have just made me laugh and was not very immersive. Anyway,
We need to chuckle every once in a while.
you got to get a chuckle. If you didn't have this next one you're about to talk about, it
Yeah.
would cause very few chuckles. There's been a lot of instances where I was the opposite of chuckling, you might say.
It's true. So I think you also like this. I like it when you can save anywhere. It just makes it easier. And with the invention of emulation, you can save anywhere even if the game doesn't allow you to. Like you can do a save state. I realize that. But sometimes people don't have the same access to emulate a game, right? So I think this was just simply harder to do on older hardware. So again, like I don't fault a lot of old games. I don't think a lot of old games were like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna be an asshole and make it so you can only save in the world map and not in town unless you're at a save point. I think it just had to do with the technology not being as good. But
I think you're right.
right, I think that's how it was. And then when you'd get to like a PS3 game and they would still be like, ha ha ha, you can only save at certain save points. That's when I'd be like, oh, you're just bringing this old mechanic that nobody really knows why we kept, and now you're just doing it so you can be like, I'm gonna be mean to you and you can only save in certain spots. Not, just let us freaking save wherever we want.
Yeah,
Also-
you're sounding more and more like me.
Oh crap, I
And I
am.
think your true colors are coming out.
No.
And you try to act like some persnickety like retro gamer, but you mentioned fast travel and
no.
saving anywhere and quest log.
Oh no.
I don't know if you can get back into the retro RPG fan club.
Am I not a retro gamer after all? Am I actually just a modern gamer who pretends for like street cred to be a retro gamer?
You want that sweet retro gamer street cred.
Yeah, I don't know. Now they're all gonna know. Imposter syndrome, man.
That's great though. But this is fun to talk about these things. I think it's nice
Yeah.
to take a step back and look at, what do you really what excites you about a game? What are the positives because I feel like we are prone to, or myself is prone to finding the things that being nitpicky about
Yeah.
games sometimes. The things that don't that get under our skin and we can't get past and make us not want to play a game. But it's really nice to look at all the things that really want us to dig in and keep going and excite us about a
Yeah,
game.
for sure. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to have a bitch fest episode with you after this because I think writing down what we really like also reinforces what we maybe don't like as much.
Yeah, you can probably see I already started my dislike list at the bottom of this.
I did
outline.
see. Yes, I added to it also a little bit. Yeah, like I have a feeling that's going to be a longer episode than this one, but that's
It might
fine.
be. That's all right. That's all right. We're staying positive today. For tomorrow, we will not be.
Yeah. So positive games. Like what game are you playing right now?
Oh! I am playing Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection.
Oh, how are you liking it?
I'm digging it. So, Visually, it looks really nice. It doesn't run perfect on the Switch 2, but it's okay. It's nice to play with handheld. It's great. I love just kind of getting back into the Monster Hunter world. I know all the monsters. I know all the kind of weapons, and the systems are intertwined nicely from an action RPG to a turn-based. It's really cool how they've done that because I didn't play 1 or 2. I have Monster Hunter Stories 2, but I've not played it.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, but it's been really fun. I am excited for the. I'm only several hours in. I'm excited for the turn-based system to get deeper and everything like that, and further along because I think that will add something.
Cool. Yeah, well, perhaps we'll do a Convince Me episode on it in the future.
I'm sure we will. And it's getting good reviews, so it's a solid game. How about you? What are you up to?
I am playing. I texted you about this maybe a day or two ago.
You did. I had never once in my life heard of this.
Same. I don't think ever until maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. And I am playing, at least I started it, Septerra Core Legacy of the Creator. Talk about an esoteric game, man. Like, this was only released, I believe, on PC, but now it was like re-released on Good Old Games and Steam. So I have it on Steam Deck. It's a Western RPG that was made in 1998, 1999, and it looks, in the best way possible, it looks charming, but like it looks like it was made for PC in 1998, 1999. It has that nostalgic look to it, which I kind of love.
See, this should have actually been one of your "What do you love about RPGs?" It should have been finding a completely unknown 90s pixel turn-based RPG and resurrecting it onto my Steam Deck. That should have been one of your favorites.
That should have been, but this isn't pixel though. This isn't pixel. This was like 3D.
Good point. Yes, it is more 3D, and I'm looking back at the pictures you sent me now.
It's that
okay,
weird.
I take that back.
It's that weird like late 90s PlayStation 1 era. Like polygon 3D, but it looks better because it was PC. I mean, things just kind of ran better, and the graphics look better on PC engines. So yeah, I'm doing Septerra Core at least for right now to try it out. I'm maybe an hour and a half into it, and I kind of like it.
Well, cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it forever, but I might actually. I mean, I have a lot of traveling to do, and I have a Steam Deck, so that might be what I do for the next couple of weeks.
Do it, and then do an episode.
I might.
Let us know.
I might. I will let everybody know that you can follow us at Turn-Based Besties on Instagram, and you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. That might be Spotify, Apple Music, I don't know. You also go to YouTube. We're also there. We're also on TikTok. Sam's doing a killer job on TikTok. And also on Reddit. Apparently we're on Reddit. I don't know. We haven't touched that for a long time, so maybe we're not there anymore. But we're definitely on TikTok.
We are. We need to get some good subreddit threads going. We'll do it.
We need to do that for sure. Ooh, and the next episode, we'll hear about the winner of our March Madness bracket.
We're in the finals right now.
We're in the finals right now, and go to our Instagram to see who's in the finals. We're not going to tell you. Go to our Instagram.
And vote.
At Turn-Based Bet. Yeah, vote, because I think we have like a day left. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow's the last day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll probably post the results tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. If you are excited about other fun aspects of RPGs and you want to let us know, you can email us comments and questions at turnbasedbesties@gmail.com or even comment on our Instagram. We have new episodes basically every other Friday, released at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Central time, because that's where we live. That's why we picked those times. If you're mad about it, I don't know, send us a fucking email then. I don't know. Right? I don't know. Man, I'm ready for this episode to bitch about games, I think.
Yeah, yep. Get it hyped. Get it ready.
Get it hyped. Yeah, I'm so hyped to go on all these adventures with you, my bestie.
Aw, that's sweet of you. So, as we say every time here on Turn-Based Besties, when everything in the world points right, maybe go left. See what you find. I'm Sam.
And I'm DJ, and this has been a fun and favorite episode of Turn-Based Besties. Bye.
Bye.